Hello guys, this is KaizShiro. Welcome back. So for our video today, we're going to cover Uncrowned King's local metagame report. So this is a page run by me, KaizShiroYGO. So this is a page that covers tournament reports all over the Philippines and Indonesia and some parts of Asia. So you can see local tournament reports here and decklists on this Facebook page. So kindly leave a like and follow on this page if you have your free time, so that you can be updated on our tournament reports and happenings here in the Philippines. So yeah, let's start. First we have Ignister. So this is a pretty spicy list. He opted to main deck Solemn Strike and DNA Surgery, which is very unusual on the current Cyber's deck list right now. But I can see the logic of playing Surgery. This can stun a lot of decks and also Rivalry. So yeah. Then next we have Trap Tricks. A pretty standard one, but Path of Desires is quite interesting here. And I like the inclusion of Bottomless Trap Hole because Bottomless Trap Hole for me is very good right now on the current format. Especially there's a lot of monsters that are 1-5 below. So yeah, good list of Trap Tricks, second place. From Grand Colosseum Board Game Cafe, Ignister, Cyber, and Trap Tricks Sai, first and second. The next we have weekly tournament from Duelist Devata. In the first place we have Umi Control. Quite standard one, but this deck features Ice Jade. So that's the twist of this deck. Alright, good list. And next we have Bestial Sprite Adventurer. Oh no, Sprite. Bestial Apple Adventurer. So yeah, typical synchro good stuff of deck. Very nice as well. Then we have Hero. Okay, with Phantom Knights, Fogblade. Interesting, huh? Okay, Hero for third place. Then next, Duel Bacolod Yu-Gi-Oh! Team Sunday Tournament. We have Haril Giuseppe's 10 Sword Soul that got champion. Pretty interesting. He opted to play the Solemn bundle of Solemn Warning and Solemn Strike. Only one Desires as well. I guess he don't want to draw the second copy of Desires from Desires as well. I forgot the name of this card, but this is a very interesting one. Chain something, I forgot. He plays Summit on the main deck. I think this is a very good inclusion on Sword Soul because you can extend your board. And then pretty standard extra deck lineup. Nothing so special here. Nice list. Next we have Rescue Ace from Iloilo Yu-Gi-Oh! Association Major Tournament, May 21. So second place, Rescue Ace. So he plays the Small World package on the main deck with also the Fire Hita Charmer that can search fire monsters. He also plays Blaster on the side deck and Dogoran on the main deck. It is surprising that he doesn't play Kurikara, Divine Garnet. I think Kurikara would be very good on this deck. But nonetheless, he prioritized going for shenanigans with Dimensional Barrier, Gozen Match, and Solemn Judgment to further empower his turn 1 presence. So yeah, really nice. Rescue Ace. The next we have Trap Tricks from DB Yu-Gi-Oh! Team Sunday Tournament. From Livan Ubas. Standard list of Trap Tricks with the inclusion of Naturia Beast on the extra deck, using the Avernus Sylph and Glow Up Bulb to make the Naturia Beast easily. Pretty standard. And Naturia Beast is very strong on the format because of the Purely that is solely based on spell cards. That's why Naturia Beast is very strong against Purely. Okay, 2 Floodgate Trap Holes. Okay, interesting. Next we have Unchained from John Alfred Go on the same tournament. He plays the Rhino and Tour Guide and Sangan package on Unchained. I think this is a good way to further empower the turn 1 capabilities of Unchained in order to link climb faster and make boards usually. Okay, interesting. He also plays the performable rainbow something. I forgot the name. This pendulum monster. Okay. And then next we have Boy Sando first Rosario mini tournament May 21. Champion Gamaliel Salinas with his scrap dinosaur on La Union. A pretty explosive type of build on this dino deck profile. He doesn't play the Transcentric package on this one, but instead he played the Nemesis package that can bring out Thunder Dragon Colossus. Colossus is very strong right now in the format because it can stop purely, and other decks that will add from card advantages such as Super Heavy Samurai and Kashtira. So I think this is a really good inclusion on this deck list to have Colossus as your boss monster and Floodgate. Okay, good job, Gamaliel Salinas. Then next we have Cyber Dragon from Iloilo Yu-Gi-Oh! Association Major Tournament from Kyle Gunban. So this is a Cyber Dragon, pretty unusual, no? We haven't seen so much Cyber Dragons lately, but he managed to top with Cyber Dragon. A typical going second Cyber Dragon, meaning Kaiju's, Nibiru, Lightning Storm, and also I like the Triple Tactics Trust and Triple Tactics Talent on his main deck because I think this is a very good card on Cyber Dragon because it can search a lot of normal spell cards on Cyber Dragon as well as Lightning Storm and Harpy's Feather Duster. Really nice. Unusual as well that he plays the Ras Fear mode on extra deck. I think I get the logic because he doesn't commit that much on his normal summon. So this is a pretty viable option for him. So yeah, Cyber Dragon top 4. And the next we have in our local tournament, ranking tournament, kay Duelist Premiership Remote Duel Local Ranking League. Week 14, Pad C, second place purely from Sky Kalaranan. With this purely, I think this is a pretty standard list of purely. He plays the Bestial package on his side deck because we do have a lot of Matmechs here. So he try na answer the Matmech strategy here. And he doesn't play the Dark World discard Fathers. Instead, he plays the Shadal package of Hedgehog and Beast. Pretty standard. And the next we have in our same tournament as well, the PADC and Ranking League. Our champion last night with Mark Stephen Gonzalez, Scareclaw Kashtira. Nice list as well. Pretty standard. I like the Solemn Judgment on his side deck because he can protect his board using the Judgment. And also the Kaiju because it is more versatile than XYZ Encore. And also purely ditch their field spell. For some reason, they are not playing their field spell anymore that much, unlike before. So they are more prone to Kaiju nowadays. And then next we have Final Turn Hobby Shop Tournament. Champion with Radney Tikar Tearlaments. Pretty standard decklist of Tearlaments. Your usual standard lineup of Tearlaments cards and extenders. Their new inclusion of Revolutional Synchron, I think that's the name of this card. This card empowered them to have their synchro summoning shenanigans like Ancient Fairy Dragon, Chaos Ruler, and Hot Red Archfiend. So yeah, pretty standard deck list. Then next we have in our Premiership Remote Duel Local Ranking League as well. Champion, first place Kashtira by MJ Agura. Really skilled duelist from Mindanao. So 43 card main deck, quite unusual. He plays Lightning Storm and Feather Duster on the main deck to answer back row decks on our local community. And it is also nice to see this, what do you call this card? This trap card that Yugi uses on the anime. I forgot the name, but this is very beneficial on Kashtira as well. So he played also 2 talents on the main deck to answer hand traps. really nice as well. And then I like the Lava Golem because KaizShiro doesn't commit that much on normal summon. So Lava Golem is good. The next, moving forward, we have second place Matmech from Joshua Coriano on our tournament as well. So this is the Matmech Spirit version. I think this is a better version of Matmech right now over the Ignister Matmech and Firewall Matmech because you can play around Maxi using the Spirit package because it is only normal summons. So yeah, pretty standard list as well. He opted the Signet Conflict on his side deck to improve his going first. Okay, standard list. Very nice as well. And the next we have Neo League on our community as well. Purely X1 Purely by Sean. This Purely plays the Dark World and Shadow Beast and one Mudora. Very nice as well. And interesting that he plays Path of Prosperity on the main deck. I think this is a very unusual sight on Purely, but I think it is a good idea as well because it can improve the consistency of Purely. Sometimes Purely breaks on some occasions, so Prosperity will help you ease that problem. Then Phantasmi as well, very nice against Matmech and many link decks. And Dimensional Fissure as well, really nice as well because it can hurt the Mirror match and the Tier Elements matchup as well as the Matmech matchup. Very nice. Main deck Red Reboot as well. Of course, you have to stop the Matmech Super Factorial and other trap-based decks like Labyrinth. And then next we have my Metabit decklist on Duelist Neo League. May 19, I played Metabit, budget version of Metabit. No extra deck because I'm running the Asham of Right, the Pendulum Draw 1, and I'm also missing the third copy of Card of Demise. So I only played 2. But I think this is a pretty good list for me. Nothing too spectacular. Just a basic version of Metabit. Then next we have our Davao Yu-Gi-Oh! Ranking tournaments. I think this is from, May 13, branded Bestial Despia. He plays the Ras Disciple to stun opponents. I think this is a very good idea because only few players are playing Droplet and Link Climbers to out this Disciple. So I think it is a very niche and nice idea. And then we have Pendulum Magician. Pendulum Magician, so popularity once again in our country because Alvin from Alvin's Dojo YouTube channel recently top as first place on our Duelist Cup 2023 Philippines with Pendulum Magician. So we inspired a lot of players in our country to play the deck. So pretty standard list. I like the summon limit. This is a very good turn 1 card and Floodgate to stop a lot of meta relevant decks right now by David Chang and Earl Fernandez. And then next we have Duelist Premiership Remote Duel Local Ranking League as well. Pad B, another Pendulum Magician from Bob Marzan. He's a player from Zambales, I think. Pretty standard list. He also played the Nibiru main deck option like Alvin on our Duelist Cup champion. I think Nibiru can really surprise a lot of decks right now, especially Matmech, and in our country we have a lot of cash tira players, so Nibiru is a very strong card to deal against them. And then next we have Matmech by Joshua Coriano as well. He plays the Firewall package and other Cybers cards that can further enhance his turn 1. Pretty explosive version of Matmech for me. And then next we have Altergeist by MJ Agura on our Duelist Premiership Ranking League. Altergeist is a very strong control deck right now that can also combo off and OTK. This is a very insane deck, I think. He plays Solemn Judgment on the main deck for some reason. And he opted to main deck evenly match because there's a lot of control decks in our community as well. So yeah, good list. Second place, Altergeist. The next we have in our Premiership Remote Duel Local Ranking League as well, from Joshua Clivia, his Runic Naturia. Pretty interesting as well. He played Nibiru and Kurikara on the main deck. So I think this is nice because we have a lot of cash tira. And pretty standard side deck. The only unusual one is Ghost Bell, but I think this is a really good card as well on many matchups. And then next we have from Indonesia, I think, Makassar Duelist Community Weekly OCG Tournament Report. Another Runic. This is a stun version of Runic. He plays Nibiru on the main deck and only one card of Demise. Pretty interesting. And then next we have Scareclaw. Interesting as well. He plays Veiler. I think Veiler is an underrated card right now in the format. Veiler can hurt a lot of decks right now in the format, especially Rescue Ace. If they don't have answers to Veiler, they can single-handedly lose on a single effect Veiler, I think. Then we have Traptrix here. Pretty standard. He plays Dark Ruler no more. I'm not quite fond of Dark Ruler no more on this format, but I guess it is what it is. And then next we have Davao Yu-Gi-Oh! Ranking Tournament with Biologo Kashtira first place. Pretty standard decklist of Kashtira, nothing so spicy. We have Necro Valley on the main deck. I guess it is for Elements and other graveyard centric decks. And then next we have Super Heavy Samurai. Very good deck right now as well. There's a lot of hand traps and engine cards that can really make some really stupid board. But I think this is a pretty versatile deck. Moving forward, he plays the Trap Eater and Denko Seka, as well as the Gamma package, because Gamma is not that a brick, because you can always Pendulum Summon on this deck. So yeah, second place by Adrian Gabriel Tan. Moving forward, we have another Davao local. We have Purely from Deo Gregory Pizarro. This also runs the Dark World package, like from Sean's Purely earlier, but he plays Dark Ruler no more on the main deck. I guess this is pretty understandable because Purely doesn't have that good going second capability. That's why he opted Dark Ruler no more on the main deck. He also plays Santa Claus, very nice as well against Kashtira and Purely mirror match. The next we have Adrian Tan again with the Super Heavy Samurai. I think this is the same list if I'm not mistaken, so we will not ponder it too much. Oh, we have Vanquish All Tri Brigade. This is very spicy. I'm a Tri Brigade player and I always like variations of Tri Brigade. I think this works a little bit better than Chimera Tri Brigade that I have tried before. I think this is a pretty good grindy deck and a pretty solid and interesting deck as well. He plays the Airborne Assault to further enhance his Link 1 strategy and Link plays. Okay. Then next we have Purely with the Rainbow Crystal Beast package and Village of the Spellcaster. This is very insane on the mirror match by Harold Case. Really nice. He also plays Access Code and Lina Light Charmer, I think. This is very unusual for Purely. And then next we have another Davao ranking tournament. Piolo go with this Kashtira as well. I think this is the same list if I'm not mistaken. And we have Earl Fernandez with his branded Espia Bestial. Same list as well with Ras Disciple on his main deck. And then we have wait, it did back a little bit. Let's browse a little bit. It got back. Where are we right now? I think this is a pretty hassle one. Here we are. We have Runic Naturia on our Duelist Premiership Remote Duel Local Ranking League by Glenberg Gabalfin. Runic Naturia, no Maxi. Interesting. He plays evenly match instead on the main deck and Gamma Shell. Really interesting as well. He also plays Royal Decree because there's a lot of trap decks in the Philippines. So this is pretty understandable. So good job on placing first. Why does it back so much? The messenger, the Facebook is quite running stupidly right now. And then next we have what does we have right now? Here we are from Glenberg's list, and then we have Dino Murphy from Jude, I guess. Jude Thomas Cruz from our locals as well. Local ranking league, he plays Dino Murphy, second place on this list. Pretty standard one. He doesn't play Maxi on the main deck. He opted Droll and Lockbird instead, and Fossil Dig to improve the consistency and also Imperm. And Ghost Ogre and DD Crow are very good also on his side deck to answer the meta relevant decks right now. And then next we have Purely again by Mark Stephen Gonzalez. This time he plays Bestial Magnumut and Druid's Worm on the main deck. I think this is pretty surprising but logical because of Matmech as well. You have to answer Matmech, of course. And he plays also Summon Limit. Really nice. Only one field spell, I've said earlier that Purely players are ditching the field spell right now in order to incorporate more hand traps and utility cards like Triple Tactics Talent and hand traps like Crow and Droll. And then next we have another Altergeist by MJ Agura. So main deck skill drain. I think this is the same list as before. The same Altergeist list that he ran with the second place Altergeist as well. And then we have Orcus Super Heavy Samurai from Arcanium Hobbies and Entertainment Tournament. Pretty standard one of Orcus lineup and Super Heavy Samurai lineup, but this is a very spicy deck for me. And then next we have Exosister. He doesn't play the Aratama package. Instead, he only plays the Sakitama only with many Exosister monsters. One dimensional shifter only and 2 Crow. Interesting. This is more interesting, the Heavy Duster trap card that can outback Crow. Interesting as well. Then we have Synchron, Adventurer Synchron, a really explosive deck right now. This deck won the Thai Festival, I think. This is also a good deck. And then we have Theta on his Kashtera. Interesting that he plays a Revolutional Synchro on the main deck. He also plays a lot of Synchro monsters on the extra deck, like Rose Dragon and Crystal Wing Synchron and Draco Berserker and Ancient Fairy. Interesting as well. And then let's scroll down again. Then next we have Super Heavy Samurai from Indonesia by Sindo, HQ Hobbies and Card Games. Pretty standard one. He plays Retaliating Sea on the main deck. And then we have Kashtira. 2 Prosperity Kashtira, standard. Also plays Talents on the main deck. And then Runic, combo version of Runic, synchro version of Runic, not the stun version. Interesting as well. Then Spiral, pretty standard one, I think. Plays Retaliating Sea as well for purely, of course. Yeah. Scroll down again. This is pretty hassle. Keeps on going back on the current page. And then next we have MJ Agura with his Orcus Bestial on our Premiership Remote Duel Ranking League. 45 card main deck. Really interesting take on his ratios. He plays Forbidden Droplet. I think this is very good on answering Matmech and other combo decks right now on the format. Droplet is really good. And Nibiru as well. He also plays Nibiru, so he doesn't want to lose against combo decks, I think. And One Change of Heart as well, and Twin Twister. Really interesting. And then we have Purely again from Mark Steven. I think this is the same list as earlier. Now we have Phantom Knights from Aldi Astobesa. 3rd place Phantom Knights with the Danger package and utility cards such as Talents and Droplet. This is pretty interesting that we can see Phantom Knights still tapping until this date. The next we have Matmech from Joshua Coriano. It is the same list, I think, with the Firewall package. And then next we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Metagame Malang YMGM Weekly Tournament. We have Dino. And then we have Super Heavy Samurai from Adam Iris. He also plays Vernosil. Super Heavy Samurai with Adamantipator and Earth Good Stuff. I think this is Earth Good Stuff with Smoke Grenade. And then Spiral again from Faris. Interesting that he plays Dark Hole. And then one Synchron with with Adventurer as well. He plays the Sakitama to link climb faster and Synchro Summon rather. Really nice. Why does it keep on going back? I don't know. So we have to scroll again. And then next we have, what does we have? You already browsed that. And finally, I think this is the last decklist on this list. Last decklist. May 15, Final Turn Hobby Shop Anniversary Tournament with Haril Giuseppe with his Eldritch deck profile. So he plays Border on the main deck. Interesting. I don't know the name of the card between Extravagance and Duality, but I think I have seen this as well on some control decks inclusions. Interesting also that he only plays 2 Sanguine and 2 Conquistador, and he plays the Golden Land Dog. I forgot the name of this card, the one that makes 0 attack. But overall, pretty standard, goes in match, and there can be only one in skill drain. The usual lineup of Floodgates of Eldritch. And on his side deck, I think this is a really good inclusion on Eldritch. He plays Nibiru and Kurikara and Phantasme. I think these 3 cards are very good on the current format. So yeah, props to him. So yeah, this is our local metagame report from May 15 to May 2022. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoyed our video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are not yet subscribed, and hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and see you on the next one. Peace.
Been fighting